tech titan collapses on a Seattle street. No one stops, except 3 6-year-olds. David Reynolds, or just Dave. He's the king of tech, ruling Seattle. His company's worth billions. But he lives in icy solitude. He has everything, except someone to call family. No kin. No friends. Just work. Every day, Dave walks through crowds. But no one truly sees him. He's a shadow in the city's neon glow. Until that fateful moment. A sudden heart attack. Dave clutches his chest, slumping onto a bench. His breaths are short. His face pale. The crowd passes by, eyes glued to screens. Not a glance. Not a hand. Dave thinks this is the end. Money, fame, meaningless. He just wants someone to stop. Then, 3 small voices break through. "Mister, you okay?" Leo, Max, Owen, Parker. Triplet brothers in tattered t-shirts, worn sneakers. They stand there wide-eyed, full of worry. One calls 911, voice shaky but clear. Another grips Dave's hand, steady. "We're here, don't be scared." The third tucks a jacket behind him, holding him up, keeping him from falling. 3 boys with nothing but kindness. But that kindness is bigger than the world. Dave looks at them, chest aching but warm. For the first time, he feels seen. Who are these boys? Why did they stop when the world walked on? What makes Dave change? From a cold CEO to their father? This isn't just a story of saving a life. It's about compassion, about family found, about small acts working miracles. If you saw someone collapse, would you stop? Or walk on like everyone else? This story will make you cry. It'll make you laugh and believe. One small act can change a life. 3 boys proved it. Drop a comment below this video. Tell us who you'd stop for. Hit like, share, subscribe. Spread this story of kindness. Stay with us, because the journey's just begun. Seattle, Washington. A city of lights and big dreams. David Reynolds, or just Dave. Tech king, billionaire mogul. His company lights up Seattle. His name echoes in skyscrapers. But Dave lives in darkness. A lavish penthouse, cold as ice. He wakes at 5:45 sharp. Never late. Black coffee reports $1,000,000 calls. A car waits. The driver's silent. Dave's a machine, flawless. But his heart is frozen. He has everything, except someone to call kin. Dave was once a hungry boy. Torn shoes, sleeping on park benches. He rose, built an empire, but forgot how to open his heart. No family, no friends, just work and loneliness. Dave walks through crowds, but no one truly sees him. A ghost in the city's bustle, living fast but not alive. On Seattle's outskirts, another world. Leo, Max, Owen, Parker, triplet brothers. They live in a crumbling apartment. Cracked walls, leaky roof, dim lights. Their mom, Lisa Bennett, raises them alone. She cleans offices, working to exhaustion. Lisa's strong, but her eyes are weary. She does it all for her boys. Leo, Max, Owen, just 6 years old. Threadbare shirts, scuffed shoes, but bright eyes. They split crackers, most for mom. Laughing loud, even when stomachs growl. Leo, quiet, always thinking of her. He hides spare change to buy milk. Max, playful, telling funny stories. He makes mom smile, despite her fatigue. Owen, sensitive, spotting those in need. He gives his jacket to a shivering friend. They have no money, no name. But they have love bigger than anything. Lisa taught them one thing. Kindness is a well that never runs dry. The boys believe it. They carry kindness everywhere. They draw on scrap paper. A big house, happy kids, radiant sun. They dream of a day mom can rest. A day without hunger, without cold. But life is harsh. They live in want, day after day. The triplets walk through busy streets. Tattered backpacks, but shining smiles. No one notices. No one sees. There are other ghosts in the city. Dave and the triplets, worlds apart. One at the top, 3 at the bottom. He has power, but no joy. They're poor, but rich in heart. They've never met. Until one fateful day, Dave collapses on a Seattle street. Heart attack, breaths fading. The crowd walks by indifferent. But 3 boys stop. They see him, not the CEO. A man who needs saving. That moment changes everything. Dave sees light in their eyes. The boys see someone to help. They act without hesitation. Who are Leo, Max, Owen? Why did they do what the world wouldn't? If you saw someone collapse, would you stop? Or walk on like everyone else? This story will make you cry. It'll make you smile, and maybe stop when someone needs you. David Reynolds stumbles in the square. One hand clutches his chest. The other grips a bench. A heart attack. His breaths come short. His face pales. Sweat beads down. Seattle's crowd rushes past. Eyes locked on phones. No one glances back. Dave collapses, hands trembling. He thinks, this is it. I'll die on this street, alone, unseen. Money, fame, all fading. He craves just one look. One hand to hold him steady. Then, 3 small voices pierce the noise. Mister, you okay? Leo, Max, Owen, Parker. Triplet brothers, 6 years old. Tattered shirts, scuffed shoes, eyes wide with worry. They stop, fearless. Leo, the quiet one, kneels fast. He grabs Dave's hand, warm and firm. Don't be scared, he says. His small voice carries strength. Max, the playful one, digs through his backpack. He finds a phone, dials 911. Hurry, he shouts, hands shaking. Someone's sick at Westlake Plaza. Owen, the gentle one, shrugs off his worn jacket. He tucks it behind Dave, soft and careful. Stay warm, sir, he whispers, as if saying, you'll be okay. Dave stares, chest throbbing but warm. 3 boys, clueless of his name. They don't see a CEO, a billionaire, just a man who needs saving. Dave whispers, voice faint. Thank you, kids. His words catch. He's never felt this. Seen, cared for. Not for wealth, not for power. 3 boys with nothing but kindness. But that kindness outshines the world. Dave's mind drifts back. A hungry kid, curled on a park bench. No one stopped. No hand reached out, no help came. But now these boys do. They give him hope amid despair. Leo still holds his hand. Ambulance is coming, he says. Max stands close, eyes bright. You'll be fine, right? Owen adjusts the jacket, voice soft. We're here, don't worry. Dave wants to cry, but lacks the strength. He just gazes, gratitude surging. Where did these kids come from? Why do they care when a city doesn't? Sirens wail in the distance. Louder, closer, cutting through the bustle. Dave isn't afraid anymore. 3 tiny hands keep him alive. They don't know his name, but they save him with all their hearts. Dave feels a spark, not just survival, but living truly. He wants to find them, to thank them with his whole life. But the story doesn't end here. What will Dave do after this storm? Who are Leo, Max, Owen? How do they hold such boundless kindness? What is this story? It's not just about saving a life. It's about compassion, about miracles born from small acts. If you saw someone fall, would you stop? Or walk on like the rest? This story will break your heart. It'll lift your spirit and make you believe. Because sometimes one small act can save an entire life. David Reynolds survived because of 3 boys. Leo, Max, Owen, Parker saved his life. He collapsed on a Seattle street. 3 small hands pulled him back. Dave left the hospital, heart still weak. But his soul burned for them. 3 boys, no names, no trace. They vanished after the ambulance's wail. Dave couldn't forget. He had to find them to thank them. Out of the hospital, he moved fast. Called his assistant, voice fierce. Find those boys, he said. They called 911 at Westlake Plaza. His assistant froze. Dave never cared like this, but he wouldn't stop. They're heroes, he said. They scoured cameras, asked cops, traced the phone that saved him. A week later, a lead. The number belonged to Lisa Bennett, Seattle's outskirts. Dave drove to a crumbling apartment. Cracked walls, dim halls, his heart raced. He knocked, hands trembling. Leo opened the door, red shirt frayed, eyes bright. You're Leo? Dave asked. The boy nodded, calling Max and Owen. 3 identical faces beaming. You're the bench guy. Max cheered. Owen smiled shyly. Dave knelt down, voice catching. Thank you, he said. You saved me for real. Lisa, their mom, stepped forward. Thin, eyes tired but sharp. What's this about? She asked. Dave told her, voice raw. Your boys saved my life, he said. I'm here to thank them from my heart. Lisa's grip tightened, eyes flickering. She'd heard promises before, broken ones. But Dave met her gaze. No dodging, no flash. He saw the tiny apartment. A worn wooden table, a few cans of food. Drawings on the wall, childish strokes. A big house, kids laughing. You drew this? He asked Owen. The boy nodded. For Mom, for dreams. Dave's chest stung. These boys lived in want. Yet they saved him, no strings attached. Their kindness boundless. Dave didn't hesitate. He called his trusted pediatrician. Went to the grocery store himself, first time in years. Picked out milk, bread, like he was that hungry kid again. I'll find a good school, he said. Leo, Max, Owen need to learn to dream. Lisa shook her head, voice shaky. We don't take charity. Dave looked at her, voice soft. This isn't charity. It's justice. The boys listened, eyes gleaming. School? Max asked, buzzing. Dave grinned. New books for all three. He remembered his own hungry days. Now he could change theirs. But trouble was brewing. The board wasn't happy. Dave absent for a week. Stocks dipped. Rumors spread. Someone eyed his chair. His company faced a plot. This story isn't over. It's about kindness, about choice. Who have you helped, even small? Or do you wait for others to act? Because sometimes one small act can save an entire life. David Reynolds faced the truth. Three boys, Leo, Max, Owen, saved him. They held his hand through a heart attack. Dave found them, heart full of gratitude. But he needed to know, who were these kids, so full of compassion? He returned to the crumbling apartment. Lisa Bennett's small home. Dave knocked, heart heavy. Lisa opened the door, eyes weary. What do you want? She asked, her voice sharp but trembling. Dave sat down, voice earnest. I need to understand your boys. Lisa's hands clenched, eyes flickering. She'd trusted promises before, broken ones. I raised them alone, she said. Their dad left when they were babies. I clean offices day and night, she went on. But the money barely keeps us afloat. Dave listened, chest aching. No one helps you? He asked. Lisa gave a bitter smile. Society forgot us. This apartment, they let it rot, she said. But my boys, they help others. Dave was stunned. 3 6-year-olds living in want. They take care of each other, Lisa said. Leo does laundry. Max cooks. Owen draws. Dave recalled Owen's drawing. A big house, kids laughing. Why are they so kind? He asked. Lisa met his gaze, voice steady. They know what pain is, she said. Dave's heart broke. He remembered his own hungry days. Unseen, unaided. Now these boys saved him, even though the world forgot them. He stood, resolve surging. I'll help, he said. Lisa shook her head, voice firm. I don't need a savior. I need a system that doesn't crush us. Her words cut like a blade. Dave called his lawyer, silver-haired, trusted. Once homeless, like Dave as a kid. Find a way to support Lisa, he said. Housing, benefits, a future. But his assistant pushed back. You're tanking the company for 3 nobodies? Dave stared, voice unyielding. They saved me. That's justice. He didn't know how heavy this promise was. His kindness had a cost. The board was meeting. Whispers cold as ice. Dave's gone soft. One sneered. Softness doesn't pay dividends. We need a CEO, another said. Not a foster dad for slum kids. Stocks fell. Rumors spread. Someone coveted Dave's seat. His company teetered. What will Dave do? Keep his promise or hold his power? Lisa and the boys need him. But his empire is cracking. This story isn't done. It's about kindness, about duty. Who have you seen, forgotten? Will you stand or stay silent? Will Dave keep his word? If he helps Lisa, will he lose it all? Power or justice? Because sometimes one small act can save an entire life. David Reynolds faced a storm. Leo, Max, Owen needed him. The foster system wanted to split them up. The board wanted him out. Dave sat in his dim office. Stocks down 14%. Phones buzzing nonstop. His assistant slammed the laptop shut. You've lost, Dave, she said. Dave stared out the window. Seattle's fog blurred like his heart. He thought, was I wrong? Is kindness enough? His company teetered. The empire he built crumbling. He wanted to quit. Go back to being a cold CEO. Then a letter arrived. Childish handwriting from Leo. I drew you, it read. In my big house. If you're sad, come play. Lisa had a teacher send it. Dave held the letter, eyes stinging. Leo, 6 years old, saved him again. He remembered the boy's drawing. A big house, kids laughing. Dave stood, heart pounding. No, he said. I won't give up. He called his silver-haired lawyer. Once homeless, like Dave years ago. Stop the foster system, he said. Protect Lisa and the boys. The lawyer sighed. They're tough, Dave. It's a fight. But Dave didn't waver. He remembered the boys saving him. Leo's steady hand. Max's urgent call. Owen's warm jacket. They deserved better. He went to Lisa, voice firm. No one's taking your kids. Lisa stood still, eyes red. A social worker had just left. They told me to give up custody, she said. The boys would get good schools, support. Lisa's hands shook, voice breaking. But I'd lose them forever. She stood at a crossroads. Keep her boys, stay poor, or let them go. I can't, she whispered. I choose to stay no matter how hard. Dave looked at her, heart aching. You won't have to choose alone. He He took her hand, voice steady. We'll fight this together. Lisa nodded, eyes brightening. For the first time, she saw hope. But the board didn't wait. They met, voices sharp as knives. Dave's weak, one growled. We need a CEO, not a dreamer. Feelings don't save stocks, another sneered. Someone wanted his seat. Dave knew the stakes. Justice had a price. He thought of Leo's letter. The big house, a child's dream. He wouldn't let them lose each other. But at what cost? This story isn't over. It's about kindness, about duty. Have you fought for what's right? Or let injustice win? Will Dave keep his word? If he saves the boys, will he lose it all? Justice or power? Because sometimes one small act can save an entire life. David Reynolds faced a storm. Leo Max, Owen needed him. The foster system wanted to split them up. The board wanted him out. Dave sat in his dim office. Stocks down 14%. Phones buzzing nonstop. His assistant slammed the laptop shut. You've lost, Dave, she said. Dave stared out the window. Seattle's fog blurred like his heart. He thought, was I wrong? Is kindness enough? His company teetered. The empire he built crumbling. He wanted to quit. Go back to being a cold CEO. Then a letter arrived. Childish handwriting from Leo. I drew you, it read. In my big house. If you're sad, come play. Lisa had a teacher send it. Dave held the letter, eyes stinging. Leo, 6 years old, saved him again. He remembered the boys' drawing. A big house, kids laughing. Dave stood, heart pounding. No, he said. I won't give up. He called his silver-haired lawyer. Once homeless, like Dave years ago. Stop the foster system, he said. Protect Lisa and the boys. The lawyer sighed. They're tough, Dave. It's a fight. But Dave didn't waver. He remembered the boys saving him. Leo's steady hand. Max's urgent call. Owen's warm jacket. They deserved better. He went to Lisa, voice firm. No one's taking your kids. Lisa stood still, eyes red. A social worker had just left. They told me to give up custody, she said. The boys would get good schools, support. Lisa's hands shook, voice breaking. But I'd lose them forever. She stood at a crossroads. Keep her boys, stay poor, or let them go. I can't, she whispered. I choose to stay, no matter how hard. Dave looked at her, heart aching. You won't have to choose alone. He took her hand, voice steady. We'll fight this together. Lisa nodded, eyes brightening. For the first time, she saw hope. But the board didn't wait. They met, voices sharp as knives. Dave's weak, one growled. We need a CEO, not a dreamer. Feelings don't save stocks, another sneered. Someone wanted his seat. Dave knew the stakes. Justice had a price. He thought of Leo's letter. The big house, a child's dream. He wouldn't let them lose each other. But at what cost? This story isn't over. It's about kindness, about duty. Have you fought for what's right? Or let injustice win? Will Dave keep his word? If he saves the boys, will he lose it all? Justice or power? Because sometimes one small act can save an entire life. David Reynolds faced his final test. Leo Max, Owen were his world. They saved him, sparked his kindness. But the foster system wouldn't relent. They wanted to tear the boys apart. Lisa's unfit, they claimed. Dave froze. Lisa sobbed, clutching Max. They want my boys, she whispered. Leo asked, Mom, what did I do wrong? Dave took her hand, voice steady. No one's breaking this family. He acted, no hesitation. Called his silver-haired lawyer, trusted. Stop them, whatever it takes, he said. The lawyer nodded. We need proof. Dave helped Lisa find work. A tech job, steady pay. He rented a new apartment. Bright, warm, for Lisa and her sons. Seattle's community rose up. They signed petitions, testified. Dave went live, voice ringing. Leo Max, Owen taught me justice. He played a video of the boys. Small acts of kindness, touching millions. This is our Seattle, he said. Let's save this family. Hashtag Seattle stands with Parker exploded. Thousands sent letters of support. The custody hearing began. Dave, Lisa faced the judge. Their lawyer spoke, voice firm. Lisa has a job, a home, a community. The judge eyed Lisa. You'd choose your boys, despite hardship? Lisa nodded, eyes shining. They're my everything. Dave stood beside her, voice trembling. I'm their family. The judge struck the gavel. Custody retained. Lisa keeps her boys. Lisa hugged her sons, tears falling. Dave stood silent, heart full. He knelt before Lisa, voice breaking. I want to stay forever. He opened a small ring box, simple but true. Lisa, be my family? Lisa smiled, eyes red. We already are. The boys cheered. Dad! Max yelled, leaping into Dave. Owen ran over, holding a drawing. A house, the triplets, Dave with a key. This is our home, he said. Dave hugged them, heart warm. He resigned as CEO, sold his shares. Started the Parker Brothers Initiative. Kindness is action, he said. The fund helped poor kids across Seattle. The boys started school. New backpacks, radiant smiles. Dave watched from afar, eyes stinging. They were his family, truly. But life isn't a fairy tale. His company gone, he started over. The board stayed quiet. They didn't win, but didn't lose. What is this story? It's about love, about sacrifice. What have you given up, for who? What will you choose when it's hard? Will Dave hold this dream? As new challenges loom? Will this family endure? Because sometimes one small act can save an entire life. David Reynolds chose justice. Leo, Max, Owen Parker were his family. He quit as CEO, proposed to Lisa. The foster system lost, the boys stayed. But the story spread beyond. Seattle glowed, fueled by kindness. The boys' video, a tiny spark. #KindnessChallenge swept the world. Dave's company staff stepped up. They brought books, food to poor kids. Mrs. Martinez, an old colleague, spoke. Those boys taught me to live better. Seattle's community rose. They threw a party, welcoming the triplets. Leo, Max, Owen beamed. New backpacks, shiny shoes, pure joy. Neighbors sent gifts to their apartment. Milk, bread, drawings pinned to walls. A school opened its doors. Free tuition, they said, for the boys. Lisa hugged her sons, eyes red. I see a future for the first time. Dave stood by, heart warm. But the night before the trial, he trembled. He sat alone, hands shaking. What if I'd failed? Owen approached, holding a drawing. A small flame, blazing in a dark forest. Dave exhaled, standing tall. The picture held him like the boys did. The Parker Brothers Initiative grew, helping poor kids from Seattle and beyond. In another city, 3 small students. They held signs. We're Leo, Max, Owen. In Texas, a single mom wrote, I teach my kids kindness, thanks to Seattle. This wasn't just news. It was a movement, alive. Lisa worked, no more late nights. She taught art with Owen for kids. Max told stories, making classmates laugh. Leo fixed bikes, gave them to poor friends. The boys didn't just take. They gave like they saved Dave. Dave watched, pride swelling. They changed me, changed the world. He recalled his conference live stream. These boys taught me justice. Now justice spread. A flame impossible to quench. Seattle's community became family. They shared, helped for the boys. But shadows lingered. The foster system hadn't fully relented. Dave's new start wasn't easy. Lisa stood strong, but life was tough. The triplets drew a new picture. A big house, Dave holding a key. They stood by their old building. Wrote in chalk, kindness never sleeps. They were no longer nameless. They were sparks in the dark. What is this story? It's about unity, about kindness. What have you done for someone? What will you be in the darkness? Will this flame endure? As new challenges rise, can kindness win forever? Because sometimes one small act can save an entire life. David Reynolds found home. Leo, Max, Owen Parker were his light. They saved him on a Seattle street, taught him kindness from tiny hearts. Dave gave up his CEO throne, proposed to Lisa, became their dad. The foster system fell. Lisa kept custody. Their family held strong. Seattle blazed bright. The boys' video, a spark that roared. Portland students held signs. We're Leo, Max, Owen. A Texas mom wrote, my kids believe in kindness, thanks to Seattle. This isn't just a story. It's a lesson for you, for me. Dave doubted in the dark. What if I fail? He asked. Owen's drawing kept him standing. A small flame, burning through a black forest. 3 boys, 6 years old, nameless. Yet they changed a city. They didn't wait for wealth. They didn't wait for strength. They acted with compassion. Lisa did. Dave did. They didn't wait for perfect. They started. What's the lesson here? Kindness doesn't need power. It needs a heart that dares to move. A meal, a smile, a moment to stop, to see someone. You don't need to be a CEO. Just open your heart. Just act. Who's your Leo in life? Someone forgotten, needing you to see? 3 boys did it. They drew pictures, wrote in chalk. Lisa did it. She fought the system for her sons. Dave did it. Gave up an empire for family. Seattle did it. They rose for 3 boys. This story isn't just Seattle's. It's yours today. What will you do right now? One small step or wait for others. Think of the boys. They're not nameless, they're aflame. Think of Lisa, a fierce mom never giving up. Think of Dave, a man reborn through kindness. This story lives on, because kindness never sleeps. 3 boys stood by their old building. Wrote in chalk, kindness never sleeps. They're a flame in the dark. They're hope in hardship. And you? What will you be? A spark or a shadow? Act like those boys. Share this story today. Drop a comment below. Tell us about your kindness. Who do you want to help? What small step will you take? Hit like, share, subscribe. Spread Seattle's flame. This story isn't done. It lives when you act. Be a spark right now. Kindness will burn forever. Because sometimes one small act can save an entire life.